What's up, everybody? It's the Crypto Abstract back in the flesh. How's everybody feeling on this beautiful Monday? We made it a long way, folks. The market is looking very generous right now. Also, it's all over the place, but at the end of the day, we are going to the moon, and that's the most important. So, how's the live chat looking over there? Let's see over here. How's the live chat? If you guys got any questions, feel free to go crazy on that live chat. What's up, everyone? Leo Perez, I see you, baby. Shot by Kaka, I see you. John M, I see everybody in the building, man. Appreciate everyone for supporting, coming out. Like always, it's always, yesterday on Discord, we had some technical difficulties. It didn't want to screen share. I was trying to show people how to leverage, and this shit was acting super funny. But hey, we made it here, and YouTube never gives the problem, so we are lit. Folks, Guy Hash, I see you, man. GRT going to the moon. We looking good as hell. And that's that thing that I be saying. It's like, with these coins that, be low and stuff like this, it's like, this is real opportunity. You gotta buy it when the opportunity is there, when it's still cheap. Because other than that, I mean, you're chasing, right? And that's what I feel like we're seeing a lot with XRP right now, right? XRP is, on the moon. Let me go to XRP right now. Just want to give, a quick market update for you guys, so you guys know what the hell's going on. You see, like this is crazy, right? Like, this was a very long time in the making. I mean, XRP obviously took a big hit during last bull run. Obviously, XRP had a SEC case. SEC was going after XRP with the lawsuit. So I feel like ultimately XRP really didn't shine last bull run, right? That's the reality. It ain't shine last bull run because of the SEC case. And then now that you're seeing this whole SEC case dwindle down, and it's basically over with, and nothing came out of it. All that came out of it was that the SEC spent a boatload of money, XRP spent a boatload of money, so that they can fight this case that SEC clearly lost. And then on top of that, with XRP, it's like, this whole rumor going around that Trump, etc., might give zero tax, zero capital gains tax, might completely bless anyone that has a cryptocurrency that was formed and founded in the U.S. Now, there's other speculation that, if you bring your company to the U.S., you would qualify for a zero capital gains. So, like, there's a lot going on. So I feel like that's why a lot of these American coins, say like a Cardano, a XRP, a HBAR, that's why a lot of these coins are starting to boom now. I feel like a lot of them are picking up now. Ultimately, I feel like because of all this speculation going on. Now, on the flip side, XRP, a lot of people have been trading DeFi on XRP. And I always felt like XRP lacked adoption. And now that we actually have XRP, everyone's trading these memes, and everyone's going crazy on, the shit coins on XRP. I mean, a lot of these coins are super up, right? This is everything on XRP right now. So at the end of the day, if people keep flocking into this, then XRP is going to continuously do well. That's just the reality, right? If people keep trading with XRP and these memes, that's what I always felt like was pulling it behind. And also, even with say like a Solana. I mean, Solana did so well ultimately because of all the meme coins that they have. I mean, their whole ecosystem, and how cheap the network is to use, and how fast it is, and people like that. That's why Ethereum honestly has been lagging behind. So a lot of these players like a XRP, a Solana, HBAR, Algorand possibly. A lot of these coins have real opportunity to shine because people are adopting them, right? Without adoption, it's hard to say. Somebody today was telling me about let's see the project somebody was asking me about over here, because there's so many projects, so much going on. Even sometimes for me, it's hard to keep up. It's like somebody asked me today about Polkadot. Let's bring up Polkadot. Somebody brought up Polkadot to me. Polkadot, right? This is what, like, Polkadot is primed to boom. Like, if it were me, I would say Polkadot is primed to boom. I think Polkadot is gonna do numbers. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's exactly at a neckline. All it's missing right now is to break out and possibly go to insane numbers, right? Hold on, let me pull up the price. This is a market cap chart. Hold on. See what I'm saying? Like, this looks solid. This is a long time in the making. But on the flip side too, the thing with Polkadot is, like, it's lacking a lot of adoption too. People aren't on Polkadot DeFi. People aren't swapping on Polkadot. People aren't leveraging on Polkadot. People are not doing anything on Polkadot. So it's like Polkadot has an amazing team. Co-founder of Ethereum helped make Polkadot. So Polkadot has a really good project. Super complicated project. But hey, I mean, it's the same situation with HBAR and all this. As soon as, people start using the network, this and that and that, the adoption comes in, and then that's when the big money comes in, and then the retail money comes in. Okay? If you catch my drift. So it's like I keep saying, instead of chasing so many of these coins, instead you can go and buy some of the coins that haven't completely broken out yet. That's why I was preaching, say, like a GRT, right? I was preaching a GRT, and now it's booming, but that's only because we were catching it before the hype. And when you catch a coin before the hype, obviously, it can dump on you, stuff like that, and obviously you're not going to be on the moon in 2 seconds, right? That's just the reality. You're not going to be on the moon in 2 seconds. But on the flip side, it's like you already know when that chart starts forming, you're going to get a really big upside. So it's like, instead of going and buying XRP, which is all the way up here, I get it, it's in price discovery, but think about everyone that bought down here. Everyone that bought at 50 cents, there's going to be a lot of people looking to take profits. Now, where they're going to be taking profits? Let's draw a fib. So this is something I was showing yesterday, also in the Inner Circle Discord. To do a fib, okay? This is a very important tool that anybody could use, and anybody could use it to get price estimates and know basically where to take possible gains. You know what I'm saying? Where the market might go, right? So what you do is you grab this tool over here on TradingView, fib retracement. This is one of my favorite tools to use. Anybody could use it. It's not rocket science to learn how to use a fib retracement, okay? So what you do is you go right here, fib retracement. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the tippity top. The secret is you got to go to the top of the last bull run, okay? The very top of the last bull run. Click that. And then you're going to stretch it all the way down to the bottom of the bear market, okay? The bottom of the bear market, which is going to be around right here, okay? And we can click out of it, zoom down, and this is what it's going to give us, okay? So for anybody saying $11,000, $12,000 for XRP, like $1,000 for XRP doesn't even make sense. I'm like, I think it's hilarious when I keep seeing people saying that XRP going to $1,000. And that's why I posted on the Instagram that it just actually doesn't make sense for $1,000 XRP, because that would make it literally three times the size of gold. Okay, gold is the most valuable thing on this planet. Somewhere around, I believe, 16 to 17 trillion. Okay, XRP is somewhere a little over, I believe, 100 billion right now, right? So for it to go to 1,000 would have to be 3 times the amount of gold. That doesn't even make sense. It's just not even a realistic thing, okay? So a Fibonacci retracement would give you a better understanding of where this coin could possibly go, okay? And first off, we are going to hit major resistance at 302. Okay, that's why you're starting to see now a possible retracement. Possible, but I mean, still early. I'm not even going to say possible retracement. It's still early. But what I would say is that this is all a psychological thing. So, and everyone does the fib retracement. So if they're seeing it go to 302, you best believe there's going to be a lot of people placing shorts here. Okay, I'm not saying XRP can go higher, but I'm saying in the short term, you're probably going to see a lot of people place shorts around here, okay? Because it coincides with the fib. Maybe retrace back to 2 and then blast off again. A lot of this happens sometimes. Sometimes you hit a fib and it starts backing down on the fib. That's what we're seeing with a lot of other coins as well. But at the end of the day, according to fibs, and fibs for the most part are very accurate. So it would put us at a top of XRP at 743. Okay, so for a top of a chart to be at 743, so the reality is you have to start thinking, hey, XRP's top, probably, if it were me, it would probably be between 302 to 639. I don't believe it's going this high. Because if it were to go to this high, we're talking about easily, it could be a 300, 400 billion market cap, right? 500 billion, something like that. So I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, I wouldn't be riding it out over here. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's not going to go to $10. I mean, if it go to $10, cool. Everyone's making money. That's straight. Why not? But like I said, Fibonacci retracements is a must use, okay? Even give you another good example. Let me go to Shiba. Okay? Shiba. Okay? These are the fibs, right? Check this out. If you notice, it is not a coincidence to see Shiba stuck right here. This is a major, super major fib, okay? Right here at 25, around there, 26, 25, 24. But ultimately, it finally broke out. Not completely, but it did start breaking out of that resistance, right? And now the reason why, and we're gonna get into leveraging just in a little bit, and the reason why I put a long on Shiba, which I'm down right now, but I'm still in the position, is because I'm betting that since it's broken out of this resistance that it was at, that even though that it hasn't pumped crazy yet, I'm expecting for that large pump to happen where it can easily take it to a fib around here, a 5-6, which would be a double up from here. Okay? Now, if you guys remember, right, in 2021, I mean, Shiba went absolutely insane, right? Bro, it went absolutely insane. So to think that a Shiba can't do that again, you see what I'm saying? Like, to completely break out and try to hit these really high numbers up here. Like, it's very possible. And I'm telling you guys, fibs are very accurate, and it's always should be used to gauge where you should pull out and to gauge where you should be buying. Because anything in the red at the bottom is, for the most part, in a good coin, always a buy. And it's always going to continue to be a buy because that is the bottom. And everyone knows once it starts breaking out, it's a zoovie. It's going to be a movie. John M said, take my XRP gains and buy GRT. Hey, XRP, I think still has room to go. But the reality is, obviously, and not being biased because I own GRT, but the reality is GRT obviously has more room to grow. Okay? And let me pull up CoinGecko over here so you guys can kind of get a gist of what I'm trying to say. Okay, so you have a XRP at 155 billion. Okay, 155 billion. You guys gotta think for a second. How high could it really go? Because if it were to 3x, we're basically putting it at what, like 400 and 465 billion, which would I mean, ETH is at 437. I mean, it's possible. I mean, we are early, but according to the fibs, right? If it were to go to a 7, that would put it if you put it at $7, I mean, that could easily put it somewhere around yeah, something like I'm just gonna do the math off my head, don't quote me on this, but somewhere like a 400, 300, 350 billion around there, right? For it to hit a $7. So I mean, it could go there, but now is it gonna go there in one shot? No, because at the end of the day, XRP is in momentum right now. But the reality is, as soon as XRP starts to slow down, you're not going to see those crazy gains like you were once seeing. And the thing is that with GRT, right? Let's scroll down all the way to GRT. I mean, GRT is booming right now, actually, as we speak. It is a 2.9 billion. So for GRT to go and do a, say, for GRT to go do a 3x right now and go to 90 cents, that's only putting it at 9 billion. That's exactly where Pepe is right now. Pepe's at 9 billion. Pepe's a meme coin. You see what I'm saying? Pepe's a meme coin, and that shit's at 9 billion. So that's what I'm trying to get at. So it's like a GRT, a project that actually is doing something. Of course it can 10x from here. A 10x from here will put it at $3, but guess what? A 10x from here also would only put it at 29 billion. 29 billion right now is pretty much where it's in between a Lido and a AVAX. Okay, now you gotta understand, when assuming, right, it were to 10x from here, I think it will go higher than that. By the way, I think a GRT could go to a 60 billion, 55, 50 billion. Okay, so I'm just saying this. The rest of the market will boom, right? So right now, a $30 billion GRT looks like a lot, but it's actually not a lot when the rest of the market is pumping. You see what I'm saying? Because when the rest of the market is pumping and AVAX is at 80 billion, 100 billion, you're not going to feel like a 40, 30, 50 billion GRT is expensive. I mean, it's not going to feel like out of reach because the rest of the market already did its pump, right? Jose Gonzalez said, thoughts on ADA. I think ADA is not going to stop going up. I think ADA has been primed for this. I think ADA is going to completely rip faces this run. Also, ADA's DeFi has been working really well. They have a lot of good protocols. A lot of people swapping. I mean, we called SNEC on my Instagram a long time ago. I am not holding SNEC right now, but also we were, SNEC is on the moon right now. And we were buying SNEC. I was preaching SNEC on the Instagram earlier this year. Obviously, we were very early then. It pumped, but the thing is that now you see SNEC at 628 million. So Cardano has a really good cult following. Cardano holders will hold, and the thing is, Cardano, you can stake it for about 5 to 6%. So a lot of people are incentivized to go and hold a Cardano because you're getting 5-6%. Because like right now, cool, it's pumping, but like for the people who want to hold Cardano long term, I mean, hey, like you could always stake it and hold it. I mean, and don't forget, guys, Cardano is fully decentralized. Okay, the coin is fully decentralized, whereas a ETH, someone could argue that it's not really decentralized, and then obviously Solana is obviously not decentralized. That's centralized, right? But that's why there's trade-offs, right? That's why a product might be very fast because it has centralization. Whereas a Cardano, I've used Cardano's chain a lot, and the thing that I realized about Cardano is that Cardano's phenomenal, but it's a little slower. Now there could be improvements to the chain, etc., but it is a little slower than say like a Solana. Okay, but fees are cheap nonetheless. Okay, but I think Cardano has room to go anywhere from 3 to 12. And the reason why I'm separating, I'm like giving you such a huge gap, is because it can go either or, right? I mean, it can go to 3, it can go to 4, it can go to 5, 6, 7. Like fibs are very accurate, so to see a Cardano go to 7 to 10 would not surprise me. That would not surprise me. Okay, to see a Cardano do some crazy stuff, right? What's up with everyone in the chat? Sky Tank Labs, I see you, baby. I see you. Matthew Pacheco, Dogecoin, from DT said, any information on Compound? We got Mina in the house. Okay, so let me do it in the order. Mina. Okay, what about Mina? I haven't heard about Mina in a while. I know that it's like supposed to be the world's lightest blockchain. I haven't heard about it in a minute, but I like charts like this, by the way. This is the kind of stuff I like. Really good call out by Sensei, by the way. Because in bull runs, everyone's gonna be looking for a coin, looking for new chains, etc. My only problem about Mina is that there hasn't really been any adoption. I don't see anybody talking about Mina. I don't see anybody using Mina for the most part, but that's okay. Okay, not that adoption is the biggest thing, because it's like at the end of the day, when you're in a bull run, there's massive amounts of demand and everyone's buying, etc. Something like a Mina will go up. I will just say right now, I appreciate you, Sensei, for actually calling out this chart, because these are the charts that I like. This is exactly the kind of chart that I would look for to buy into. Because why? You're buying it before the breakout. This is a really good formation to take it up. At the end of the day, if it were to cross 168, there's no telling where it's going to go. Okay? Obviously, a big resistance would be at an all-time high. But I actually really like this chart. Really good choice of coin. I think this is a buy. Okay? From DT said, any information on Compound? So I was posting up on Compound the other day in the Instagram. I think Compound is going to do really well, and the reason why I think Compound is going to do well is because, and this is my thesis, right? You're in a bull run, okay? Everyone is leveraging. Everyone is trading coins with high leverage, etc. So at the end of the day, if everyone's gambling on the market, even if they're shorting, longing, whatever they're doing, they need these protocols to make those trades happen. Okay, so a Compound has always been a really good project built on Ethereum. I believe now there might be a chance that they support other chains, but it's just like a Aave. When you go to like Aave, Venus, hold on. Little delay over here. I feel like TradingView might be acting up. There we go. There we are. Okay, so let's go to Venus. Same thing as Compound. Biggest DeFi lending on Binance chain, BNB, right? This is real potential too. This is just like the Mina chart. A lot of these charts look the same. They're all priming for a very big leg up. Now, it's all about if you have the capital, right, to go put into these coins right now. But the same thing, Venus, Compound, Aave. Aave already did its breakout. Okay, it already started doing its breakout. Passed a very important fib. Now it could easily break out to 284, 357 before ultimately hitting a resistance. And we see a short-term sell-off, right? So like a lot of these DeFi coins, especially Aave, Compound, and Venus, I really like these coins, and I think that they have real potential, right? So I wouldn't really be scared. I wouldn't be scared to put into leverage protocols, right? Like the coins behind these leverage protocols, right? So Matthew Pacheco said, "What about Dogecoin?" Okay, Dogecoin. To be honest with you, Dogecoin is on the moon, right? Dogecoin's gonna probably look for Dogecoin to be sitting at these prices right now, comfortably, for this amount of time. It makes me feel like, I mean, obviously there's two ways we can go about this, right? Doge either dumps down to 31 cents or it pumps up to 59. But the longer we stay here, I think the better. That builds a solid how do you say, a solid support, a solid foundation, so that you know that when it that if it's staying there and it's staying true to that price, that means people aren't interested in selling it. So it's gonna go up for another leg up. Personally, I think if you're buying Doge right now, if you're willing to hold 6 months and you're willing to hold through all the emotions, right? All the dumps, this, that, and the third, then you're gonna be fine. But now if you're trying to time the market, I get a lot of DMs, people asking about Doge and this. Like, if you're trying to time the market, that's the easiest way to get wrecked, right? It's the easiest way to get wrecked if you're trying to time the market, because right now you buy a Doge and then now it dumps to the bottom fib, which is 31 cents. Now you're gonna feel some type of way, right? But hey, it could dump here, but if you're willing to hold, I mean, it's gonna moon. I've always been a big believer in Doge, and I say that max for Doge this cycle is $3. Now, if it now being conservative, to be honest with you, is $1.85 for Doge. That's actually being conservative, I believe. $1.85 is conservative. Now holding throughout the time period to get even to $1.85, it will be very emotional. A lot of people will sell their bags because they got nervous. Like, that's the reality, right? That's the reality. Like, yeah, I could be here and tell you all day, yeah, Doge should go to 254, but the ride there is gonna have so much turbulence. There's gonna be your emotions are gonna be running high when you see $200, $300, $400,000 in your wallet. You see what I'm saying? When you see that amount of money in your wallet and you see it dump whatever 30% in a day, some people will get really shaken out. Okay, that's the reality. Leo, how does leverage work? Right after this, I'm about to go into leverage. I'm gonna you know what? I'm gonna answer these last two questions, and then I'm gonna go into leveraging. And Andrew said, "Do you pay for the premium subscription trading view?" I don't really find the need to. I got all my coins. Well, when I set up my trading view, that was before they added a limit to how many coins you can add. So when I added it, I was like, I already have all the list of my coins that I needed. I was like, I'm not even gonna pay for it, whatever. But hey, if that's something that you want to do, go for it. Why not? I mean, if something that's gonna help you, hey, why not? To me, all the tools that I need are here. So Pseudo Lorenz said, thoughts on base chain and MFR. I think base chain is gonna be a big win. I love the chain. It's super fast. Base chain is super fast, and it is obviously backed by Coinbase. And one could argue that there is actually a good possibility that you might see an airdrop for base. You see, think about this, right? You got crypto.com that has their own coin called Crow. You got Binance that has their own coin called BNB. You have OKX that has a coin. You have KuCoin that has a coin. Like, the only exchange for the most part that doesn't have a coin is Coinbase. So you gotta think, like, hey, let me go use base chain. Let me go swap on this. Let me actually go make moves on base chain so that I can get an airdrop on if base were to drop a coin. Now, if Coinbase drops a coin, that's not gonna be no small airdrop, especially if you have been actively using base chain. So I think, me personally, I think base chain is a use. Now, people asking me about MFR. MFR, I took a big hit on MFR, but on the flip side, hey, I think this is a coin where, hey, if you're willing to go and throw money that you're willing to lose and just ride it out and see where it goes in this bull run, this is actually not a bad coin. It's on base chain, MFR, solid community. It's an NFT project, their first coin, and it has a big community behind it. It's big on Farcaster, so I just think that MFR is a solid bet. But you're putting in money that you don't care about losing, right? That's the trick. You're putting in, let's say, $400, but hey, if this $400 30x's, that's gonna be like $12,000, right? If whatever 30, 40x's, right? So it's like if you're putting in $10,000, you 10x. Hey, that's $100,000. But at the end of the day, it's a risk. This is a $26 million market cap project. It's in the trenches, but also it's forming a very nice cup. If it can continue doing this, forming that cup, hey, you never know. It could, I've seen a lot of coins do things like this. And then go to the moon. Okay? Now obviously it's not exactly like this, but the point is that sometimes you see it and it looks like it's in the trenches, but it's forming something to eventually go to the moon. Because I know for a fact, in peak bull run, MFR is most likely probably going to 10x. The problem is timing it. That's the issue, right? If you want to time something, that's when it's easy to lose money. But to be honest, base chain, MFR going to at least a 250 million market cap. 250 million in a bull run is nothing for a coin. It's absolutely nothing. 250 million is pennies for a meme coin to go to. So for MFR to go and 10x from here in a bull run, that's very easy. So I just feel like, and it's just that thing that I keep saying, if you're willing to buy it, you're willing to hold it, you're willing to go through all the turbulence, then you will be rewarded. Because the people who are rewarded are the people who are willing to hold and are not scared to hold. And also the people who don't look at the chart every day. Because at MFR coin, if I bought this for long term, I wouldn't be looking at this chart. This is a chart where I'm just holding it, and I'll check the portfolio later to see where it's at in peak bull runs. Because every meme will go up in a bull run. Believe it or not, everything will go up because there's just too much money flowing into the market. When we're in FOMO mode, Bitcoin is going to the moon, and everyone's freaking Shiba's going to the moon. Pepe, Brett, this, that. That's a reality. 250 million for a coin ain't nothing. Okay, that's that on that. Okay, Shiba, I think Shiba's going to the moon. Me personally, I think Shiba's going to the moon. I think that's one of the easier bets heading into the bull run. I think everyone is chasing Doge, but it's like, hey, why chase Doge when you can get stuff that hasn't completely mooned yet, right? Because everyone's chasing Doge, but it's like, did you guys forget that? How many people have Shiba in their pocket? Like, Shiba is one of those coins that your homie will have $15 in Shiba in his Robinhood, Because after Doge, the second meme everyone knows is Shiba. Don't forget about that. That is the second biggest meme in the world. So I don't see why people are doubting Shiba. This is a time for you to be putting big money in Shiba. Because this coin is the second biggest meme in the market. So, like I keep saying, instead of going chasing Doge, maybe you should build your bag in Shiba. But hey, what do I know? I don't have a crystal ball, right? But it's just my opinion. Okay? Injective. Okay, INJ went to the moon. Okay, that I know. During the bear market, it went to the moon. And it looks solid as hell right now, to be honest. I don't see anything wrong with buying Injective. It's a super good project. So I don't see anything wrong with Injective. It's always been spoken highly of. Good team, everything. Part of the Cosmos ecosystem. If I'm not mistaken, I think it has its own chain now. Someone said, what price range do you see Shiba? Shiba, right here. Shiba would be about a possibly, I think, possibly for Sheep, possibly a 10 to 15x. I know some people like, oh, but that means Shiba's going to 150, 160 billion. Yeah, okay, because if Doge is at 40 cents and Doge right now, Doge right now is at 40 cents and Doge is 42 cents and it's at 61 billion. Okay, so it's like I said, if Doge is gonna go to a $2, we're seeing a $2, $3. I mean, that's already gonna be a 300,000. I mean, 300 a billion market cap already, right? So 400 billion. So I think these coins, the sky is the limit. There's so much more money in the market right now. There's so much more opportunity than ever before. I mean, these folks are going to pump the hell out of this, okay? They're going to pump the hell out of the market, because if you thought the FOMO was real now in last cycle, wait until the peak of this cycle. That's when shit is going to get real, okay? But folks, I'm going to move on to leveraging, because I know there's a lot of people that that yesterday were asking me about leveraging, and I just want to give my opinion. And even if you have some opinions too that you guys want to write in the chat, like about what do you guys think about leveraging, etc., or you guys have any questions that you want me to answer, let's get it. Okay, so this is one protocol that I use for leveraging. Okay, this is called G-Trade or Gains Trade. Okay, now this protocol right here, the reason why I like Gains is because Gains is decentralized. Okay, Gains is decentralized, so that means that there is no one owner of the protocol. No one, and it's not like a centralized exchange, right? Think of like, it's not like a Coinbase, a Maxi. It is not like a Bybit, right? It's not a centralized exchange. So with this protocol, all you do is connect your wallet to the application, right? You connect your wallet to the application. So here it'll say connect wallet. You click connect wallet, you click MetaMask, it'll ask you to verify the account, and there you go. You logged in. Okay, so that's all Gains is. You connect your wallet and you can make trades. Now, Gains supports 4 different chains right now. It supports Arbitrum, Apechain, Base, and Polygon. Okay, so the thing I like about Gains is that because it supports all these different chains, it makes it easy, because now it's like, oh, I got my money on Arbitrum. Okay, perfect. I can go and connect my wallet and I'm gonna go trade. You can use DAI, ETH, wrapped ETH, or USDC. So they give you good options, 4 different collateral options, but also they give you chain options too. Because sometimes I'll have money on Base, and then I'll go and make a trade on Base on Gains. And the thing I like about that is because I keep saying about Base, I feel as though there's gonna be a big airdrop. So if I'm doing a trade on Base, I'm just racking up points. Whatever criteria that Base chain makes for that airdrop, I'm just qualifying myself more. But at the same time, I'm doing what I need to do, because I'm always thinking about that in the back of my head when I go use a chain, especially like Base. When I go use Base, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use Base because I'm gonna make money. But also on the flip side, it's like if there's an airdrop, I know I'm gonna qualify for it because I'm adding that volume. I'm adding those transactions, right? But that's a whole nother story. Okay, so really you would need money on Arbitrum, Base, Polygon, or Apechain. Now the easiest way to go about this, to be honest with you, is go on Coinbase, right? What you do on Coinbase is you go and buy USDC on Coinbase. When you go and send out that USDC, you send it out via Base chain. Okay, now you could do Arbitrum too, but I'm just saying Base. Okay, you can send it via Base, that USDC. You send it to your MetaMask address, and then now you're gonna have that USDC in there, and you can go and make these trades. Okay, on gains. Now, what I'm gonna do is right now, I'm gonna go to Zepolia. Zepolia is a test network, okay? If anybody wants testnet ETH, all you gotta do is write your address in that in the live chat, and I will send you some testnet ETH. And the reason being is because I always tell everyone, before you go leveraging, okay, make sure to practice first. Don't go all crazy yet, okay? Practice first. Practice comes first, okay? So with testnet, with Zepolia, you can use testnet ETH and testnet DAI, and you can practice, okay? So for everyone, someone said, if this is my first bull run and I'm afraid to use leverage, how much leverage is the maximum I should use? Well, I think first off, if you're afraid to leverage, you should be paper trading, okay? There's nothing wrong with trying to gain experience. There's nothing wrong, because a Major League Baseball player doesn't just be born one day and he wakes up in the major leagues. No, he has to go through high school, practicing, college, then he gets drafted, then he plays in the minor leagues, then he's in the MLB. Not everyone is a Derek Jeter. Not everyone is a Michael Jordan, right? You don't just go straight to the league, okay? I'm just saying, the reality is you should always practice, okay? So that you can then use real money to then go make a big trade. So I'm going to give you guys a really good example right now of a trade, okay? So this is testnet DAI. So it's not real DAI, but this is I'm still executing a real trade, okay? Just with fake money. But this is what I advise everyone to do. Don't go 5,000 in because you think you got it, because you'll get wrecked as soon like the speed that you gain and click that button is a speed that you're gonna get liquidated, okay? So this is how leveraging works, and pay attention to this, okay? This is something very important that I want you guys to see. So on the left side of this screen, okay, you're gonna see liquidation price, okay? You know what? Let's use something. I actually want to. You know what? No, let's stick to Pepe, because I want to show you guys that you can make money on a trade, okay? So I'm gonna put $500. And I'm going to raise the leverage. So what happens is when you're raising the leverage, what you're doing is you are borrowing this times what your collateral is. So if your leverage is 5 leverage, okay, you are borrowing $2,500. Now, if you lose this trade, okay, you are only losing the 500 that you put in. You are not losing $2,500, because where the hell are they going to take $2,500 anyway? They're not going to take the $2,500. They're taking $500. Okay? So for this specific example, a 5 leverage, okay? A 5 leverage on $500 is $2,500. Okay? The liquidation price on this would be at 1.67, okay? So it would be all the way down here, okay? That's where your liquidation will be, all the way down here, okay? But for you to double up, 100% would be at 244, so about right here, okay? So when I put in this trade, I'll raise the leverage a little bit. I like to do stuff where it's at the bottom of the last support, right under the last support, which is gonna be 1736. So right now we're at 1776 for that liquidation. So we're gonna drop it 1773. That's about right. Yep, that's about right. 1.73. And the thing is that and for everyone who's saying they're late, don't worry. This is all recorded, so you can always go back and see the whole video. Don't worry about it. So, like I keep saying, drop the liquidation right under that last support. This is something I like to do because it at least adds a little bit of confidence in the trade. That if it starts dumping, at least you have room to play with. Because the problem is, so like let's put in this trade right now just so you can get an idea of what's happening here. So I'm gonna mark it long, 6x leverage, $500. So it's a $3,000 trade. If I lose, I only lose the 500. Liquidation's at 173. Take profit 100% is gonna be at 237. Okay, so I'm gonna put in the trade. I'm gonna confirm the trade. And wait a second, it's mining and bam. Okay, so now we are in Pepe. Okay, the trade is actually in profit already, $1 and $2. Okay, but now you see, this is something I like for you guys to see over here. Super important. Okay, if you notice right here, this trade that I put in, we're right in the middle. Okay, this is the long. I mean, this is the liquidation. So this is where I would lose all my money, the 500 I put in, and this is where I would 100% profit. Okay, now I'm gonna do, like, let's say you wanted to do that same trade, right? But a 10x would be 509. Okay, 509, which would be a 2.5x from where we are right now for Pepe. You would 10x. Okay. The problem with that game, now there's different people, people play different strategies with this, but like some people will play like, oh, it pumped, it pumped, so I'm gonna set it to 100% so that I can get out. Now you can adjust this later, right? So the take profit is where it will automatically sell your trade, and at 100%, 300%, and they'll tell you the price and how much money you'll make. 945, 4,500 die at 508, 1,500 die at 3.05, 100% at 2.37. Okay, so the reality is that you have to play safe with leveraging, and you have to give yourself room. It's all about giving yourself room. Okay, and like I said, when you're in the trade, once you execute that trade, right, you can still adjust your take profit. So if you don't if you feel like, oh no, this coin is really booming, maybe if this coin is really booming, maybe I shouldn't take profit at a 237. Maybe I should adjust it to go higher, because hey, if you adjust it and it keeps going up, you're gonna make more money, right? Now these contracts don't expire. Okay, that's one thing I want everyone to notice. These don't expire. Now the only problem with any leverage trading, and this is something to keep in mind, when you are leverage trading, okay, there is fees involved in trading. Okay, there's fees, and you see right now this is $1.07 die already in fees. Every day that you hold that trade, there is a fee that you're gonna have to pay, okay, to hold that trade. So the problem is that if you're holding a trade too long, those fees can eat you alive. Okay, those fees can eat you alive and ruin your trade. So that is something to keep in mind. If you are going to be doing a trade, say 100x leverage, my friend, you don't want to be holding that trade for a very long time, because I promise you, more than likely, you can lose a lot of money just on fees. You can lose your whole trade just on fees. I'm not saying you hold a trade for a week, you're going to lose hella fees. No, I'm talking about if you're holding a trade for 2 months, 3 months, you best believe those fees are going to accumulate a lot. So that's something that's definitely something to keep in mind. to not do such high leverage. When you're doing really high leverage, okay, first off, I don't even suggest no one to be doing high leverage, super high leverage, okay? Because, like, let me show you Bitcoin so you can have a better example, okay? 100x leverage on Bitcoin would put my liquidation at 95,433. Folks, we were just at 95,433 like 3 hours ago. You see what I'm saying? Like, just right here, we were at that price. So, like, that's the problem. Like, when you're doing, when you're doing high leverage, it's so easy to lose a lot of money. But the thing is, what keeps people wanting more, right, is the fact that you would double up at just $97,000, and Bitcoin just went to 97. So it's like, this is really gambling, okay? You would see, look, you would 300% at 98,925, and you would 10x at 104,000 Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying? So, like, you can easily see this and be like, oh shit, I'm about to come up. I'm about to go put a huge trade right now. And then you get wrecked. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, when you're doing something like a 7x leverage, now look at your liquidation on Bitcoin, 83,801. See, now that's more reasonable, okay? That's more doable, and if you go lower, it only gets safer, $76,000 Bitcoin. Now, you would 100% though, at 117,000. See, that's the only thing that, yeah, because you're taking less risk, at the end of the day, the rewards are obviously going to be less. The rewards are not going to be insane because you're taking a less risk, but at the end of the day, not regardless, you're still making money. Because at 101,000 Bitcoin, you're still at a 25% increase. So when people say you can't make money on Bitcoin, yes, you can. But you just have to know how to leverage, but also not take on too much risk. And the thing that I like about gains as well, okay, is that, let's say your trade might get... So I'll give you a good example, okay? Your trade is about to get liquidated, okay? What you can do is, and I've done this numerous times, and Gains didn't support this back in the day, and I wish they did because it would have helped so much. But you can increase the collateral on your trade. So, like, this was a test BTC trade that I did, and it's been working out so far in paper trading, but I put 5K and it's 5,500 in profit, right? But let's say, like, the market was dumping and you're like, oh shit, I might get liquidated. You can go and add collateral, okay? You can go and, oh, sorry, I clicked the wrong button. Hold on. So you can go and add collateral to that trade. So if I put, so I had put 5K initially into this trade, right? Now I go and put $1,000 more into this trade. I'm not increasing the leverage. I'm just putting $1,000 more. Now, if you notice, my liquidation has now dropped from 88,893 to 88,231. The thing is, a drop of $667. Okay. Now, the more you increase the leverage, 2,000, the more the liquidation goes down. And the thing is that, like, in key moments, right, where shit's getting real and you don't know if you're going to get liquidated, this comes very in handy because it can save your trade. Okay, you're not losing the 2,000, but the 2,000 is now being added to the trade. You see, like right here it says plus 1910. So I'm assuming there's $89 in fees to add to your position. Now there's a fee involving it, but it makes sense. Okay, it's a protocol, they generate fees. So if you're editing your trade, of course they're gonna add a fee to it, right? But the reality is, hey, if that coin still goes to where you were thinking it was gonna go, you're gonna make all that money anyway, regardless. And even if it goes higher, you're gonna make more because now you have more collateral that's involved, right? So the thing is that like, and also when you're doing collateral too, guys, you guys can also raise the leverage as much as you want. You can raise the leverage, but just remember, like, that's risky as well, right? Because you could just lose all the money that you're putting in to help your trade, right? So what I just tell people, like, if the market's going down and shit's getting real, you can always put more money in to save that trade. So I'll give you a good example right now. These are real trades going on right now that I have, okay? Let me show you. So these are real trades on Arbitrum that I have going on right now, okay? This one is negative 48%, and this one is negative 36%, okay? So I'm not in profit on these trades right now, okay? But one thing that happened was about 2 nights, I think it was yesterday, when Pepe was dumping, right? And this is something that you guys got to keep in mind. If you're going to trade, this is something very, very important. I'm telling you will save your trade, okay? And this would have saved me a lot back in the day if this website had that option, okay? So let me see here. So yeah, I longed at a horrible price, being realistic, being completely honest. Longed at a horrible price. I thought that the momentum was going to go. Usually never good to be longing a top. So this is my mistake. But see, I don't lie. This is my trade, okay? So the thing is, my liquidation initially on this trade was it was right around here, okay? It's crazy. It's like not even, like this is, like it's insane how the liquidation was exactly where Pepe held support, okay? And the thing is that when I was seeing this whole downturn happen, what I did was I went and put another I think it was like $850 into the trade. Why? So that I can bring my liquidation down, because I already knew that the liquidation would get liquidated. It was getting too close. So what I did was I put in that bread, but also I was able to bring the liquidation down all the way to here, 1839. You see, like now at 1839, I could sleep at night and I know that now I'm safe, because I genuinely feel like Pepe is going to moon. This doesn't phase me. This negative here doesn't phase me, because I know where this is going to go. And if shit hits the fan, I can also just add more collateral to here and increase this position. Because at the end of the day, I'm confident this position is going to hit. So I'm going to stick to it and I'm going to add collateral to it, right? This is my Shiba play. It's down a little less, but all in all, I really believe in it. But it's all about, folks, de-risking, not doing too much risk when you're leveraging, okay? That's the reality. You don't want to be out here 150x leveraging, because the reality is too, majority of people who do 150x don't hit. I've been there and I've done that. I've hit some, I made some money, but the reality is majority of the time you don't make money. It's really, you're just turning it into super gambling at this point. You might as well just go bet on DraftKings and FanDuel. That's the reality. If you want to go do 150x leverage, the reality is you want to do low leverage with bigger money. Okay, like going in, like let's say you want to go put in 3K into a trade. Hey, what if you're putting 3K into a trade? Hey, why don't you do a 3x leverage? So that, yeah, you might not be making as much, but also you know that the market's going up. The trend is your friend. You know that if the market's going up, the pattern's going to stay like that until it breaks, until we see a sell-off, and then now the market is in a sell-off mode, and stuff like that. So it's like John M said, man, conviction, man, conviction. So someone, Leo said over here in the chat, what's the difference between long and short? So when you short, you're betting that the market is going to dump down. When you long, you're betting that the market is going to go up. Okay? So I always tell everyone, shorting is way harder than longing. Okay? Shorting is way harder. It is not as easy as it looks, folks. Okay? It is actually difficult. So I just tell everyone, hey, we're in a bull run right now. The pattern is that we're going up. So why bet shorting? I know there's some people right now shorting XRP. I mean, that's kind of funny, but that's a gamble because XRP has been moonshotting for the past week. So like, it's like, why would you short? Like, I wouldn't short. Like, I know there's some people shorting XRP right now, but me personally, I wouldn't be shorting. It's XRP is gonna rip a lot of people's faces off. Like, look at this. Like, look. Hold on. Doesn't wanna. Okay, there we go. So, like, XRP has been ripping people's faces off. Yeah, someone could short and try to catch it on a downturn, but like, look at this chart. It's going up. So if you're shorting over here, you think you're freaking Bill Ackman, Warren Buffett. Like, the trend is your friend. Stay with the trend. Numerous times in the past, I've tried to outsmart the market, shorting it, thinking, oh, the market's going to do like crazy. I'm going to make serious money. It's not smart. The trend is your friend. Stay with the trend. Now, if you want to go short, whatever, just use money that you're willing to lose, man. Because at the end of the day, you're really going against the grain. If you think you're smarter than the market and that you're gonna, yeah, you might get lucky, but for the most part, you're probably gonna end up losing your money. So I would just say for this bull run right now, stick to longing. Try to long the market, make money on the uprises, okay? Instead of trying to time the market and trying to get it when it goes down, okay? But also on gains, you got a lot of different coins you guys could trade over here. There is a boatload of coins over here, okay? Just have risk management. There is another protocol too that I think you guys would like. It's called GMX, okay? This is also an Arbitrum. But one thing I want you guys to know about GMX, right? Let me bring this over here. GMX and gains. There's one little difference that I like about GMX over gains is that, so if you notice on gains, right, when you do a trade, you have to set a take profit, okay? That's one thing I want you to know. You have to set a take profit. You don't have to set a stop loss, okay? Stop loss is like, you can set it if -10. So if your capital goes 10% underwater, then it would already sell that position for you, okay? So that you don't lose the rest of your money. I don't really like using stop losses. I have a lot of conviction, but hey, at the end of the day, maybe that's dumb on me, but I don't like using stop losses. I like to ride out the trade because I'm not trying to get out of the trade, okay? That's just what I think. But if stop loss makes you more comfortable, okay. But I'm just saying, on gains, you have to set a take profit at 900%. The difference, though, with GMX is that GMX, you don't have to set a take profit. You don't have to set a TP. You can literally put in a trade and ride it out. So if the trade, like, give you a good example, like right here, this is an easy example. ApeCoin. I always set a long ApeCoin, right? So you put in $2,000 in ApeCoin. Let's say you're using some crazy stuff. Let's go with some crazy stuff, okay? Let's say you're using 10x leverage. Okay? Check this out. TP. I think Ape firmly is going to, like, I think it's going back to the 15, 20, 25s, okay? Let's say 20. $20. Oh, hold on. I gotta connect my wallet so it can show me that. My fault. Okay. You see what I'm trying to get at? I put in $2,000. If it goes to $20, I would have $223,000 for Ape at for Ape at a 10x leverage. Now, yeah, this trade doesn't expire. But this trade also accrues fees, okay? Fees that get taken out of your collateral. That's something to think about. Those fees get taken out of your collateral, okay? So the thing I like about this is that, yeah, you could ride the coin out for an 11,000% profit, whereas Gains is only going to allow you a 900% profit. Okay, that is the difference. Okay, only going to allow you for a 900% profit. Okay, whereas GMX will let you keep going. So it's all different strategies. It's how you, it's you know, like if you want to use GMX. Also, Apex Collector in my Discord actually pointed out Jupiter. Okay, let me sign in over here. This is another one just like Gains and GMX. Okay, this is more like Gains, I believe. Hold on. Oh, actually, no. You don't have to set a take profit here if you don't want to. You don't have to set a take profit. Okay, but the reality is that this is another very easy protocol that anybody could use to go and leverage. Because, I mean, Jupiter is the best decentralized exchange on Solana. Everyone knows that. You know, Jupiter is the best exchange to swap coins, right? But now that they added this perpetual exchange, it now allows people to then go and trade on Solana on their favorite you know, their favorite chain. Solana might be your favorite chain. Hell yeah, right? Also, for everyone on Solana, you can also use Drift protocol. I know there's that new protocol, Hyperliquid, that a lot of people got airdrops recently. These are all like, there's so many really good projects that you can use to leverage trade. It's just really which one is your preference. Now, I see John M saying like shorter term gains, long term gains. Like, hey, it's whatever works for you. Some people like using Jupiter. Some people like using a centralized exchange like a Bybit. I stay away from the centralized exchanges because we all know they want to freeze your account. They want to do this. They can do whatever the hell they want whenever they want. So I'd rather avoid that and use a decentralized exchange where I could just connect my wallet and make stuff happen. And when I cash out, it's still in my wallet. It's not on the exchange. Okay? Because I've heard some horror stories with people like making too much money on a trade on an exchange, and then the exchange closes out their trade. I mean, it makes sense, the exchange trying to close out the trade, because whoever made that trade was probably hemorrhaging the exchange. The exchange is probably losing a shit ton of money, so they had to close out the trade. I'd rather not deal with that. So I stick to what I know, which is gains. But like I said, there's many options over here where you can trade. And also one little things that I want to just point out right quick. Andrew said, I had a very bad experience with Jupiter early on at 300%, was going to exit the trade, but was not able to, and eventually dumped and got liquidated. I hope they fix the issue. I mean, what you're saying is, it's very possible, man. It's very possible that there was a bug or whatever. I mean, the exchange now is much better, but also I feel like there is better exchanges than Jupiter, but you know, there's exchanges with more liquidity, right? But hey, I mean, Jupiter's an option, right? But me personally, I never had that issue with a GMX or a Gains, so maybe stick to those rather than trying Jupiter. If you had a bad experience, then I'm not gonna try to convince you to use Jupiter, right? Sensei said, if I have my cryptos on Binance, I mean, you can leverage trade on Binance if you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to leverage trade on these protocols. I just do it because I like using decentralized applications, and I like sticking to the decentralized aspect of things. I'm not really trying to use a centralized exchange, right? But it's really up to you, man. You know, if you want to use a Binance, etc. I know Henry Negron over here, 8 breakout. I know, baby, it's going to the moon right now, man. I'm noticing, man. I've been preaching this, man. This still looks really good. Let me bring up this chart right quick for everyone who wants to leverage. I know Mr. Henry over here is in a leverage trade. I'll tell you right now, this is still not confirmed breakout though. But I would say this: Ape crosses $1.75, $1.73. I can see it going to the moon. I could see it going to a $6.87, a $7. Okay, and this is all based on fibs. The bottom is so deep that there's so much just to get out of it to go up. So if you're buying right now, I mean, hey, you can easily do a 3x, just on that breakout alone. If this breaks out, so keep a very close eye on this, because first stop's gonna be $1.75, and the next stop's gonna be at $2.67. If it could pass those, I see a moonshot straight to $6.80 to $7 around there. Okay, I think that's also another very good coin for people to be leveraging right now. ApeCoin. I think that ApeCoin has real potential leveraging. And just by the way, right quick, just to complete what I'm saying with the leverage trading, I would just say that you can close your trade whenever you want. Okay, don't forget that you can close it whenever you want, and you can close it off if you're in the loss or in the profit, whatever it is. Okay, the stop loss and the take profits, those will trigger automatic, but you don't have to wait for those to trigger the trade. Remember that you can get out of the trade whenever you want. Okay, you can edit the collateral, you can adjust your leverage if you want to do 10x, 15. If you want to move it in the middle of a trade, you can do whatever you want. Okay, which is phenomenal. But all in all, I mean, hey, I like ApeCoin, man. I think ApeCoin is a winner, man. I've been said that, man. I've been said ApeCoin's a winner, and that's gonna be going to the moon soon. So look, if you guys got any coins you guys want me to review before I get off, or if you have any last questions about the leveraging, I might have missed a couple things. If you have any last questions, please write it in the chat right quick so I can help you out. All right, let's see Ape. Let's see Ape, man. Ape's going to the moon, man. Ape's looking good, man. GRT, man. Oof. GRT. This one's gonna go to the moon too, man. So, which indicators do you recommend? To be honest with you, yeah, there's the 50. Like I was using the MA ribbons, the SMA close, the 20 SMA, 50 SMA, 100 SMA. It's basically the moving averages, right? Like if you want to do that, you know, like I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really pay attention that much to the moving averages. Like, yes, I mean, okay, I lied. Yes, I do pay attention to them, right? Because in a way, like, this is a perfect example, right? I lied, okay? I do pay attention to it. But, like, listen. So, like, this is one tool indicator that I'm using, the MA ribbon, okay? So, it's the 20 SMA, 50 SMA, 100 SMA, and 200, okay? It's the moving averages. So, here's the thing, right? You would already expect, right? If a coin were to dump, it can dump to one of these moving averages. Okay, so this is a very important indicator to use because the moving averages could tell you where a key support is and where it would break out. Okay, now, but on the flip side, and I keep telling you guys this, my favorite indicator is still the simplest indicator there is, which is the Fibonacci retracements. Just literally setting up the Fibonacci retracements, and it will give you a good idea of where a coin could go, where you should be selling, where a resistance could be, and where a support could be. Okay? Would you consider swapping some of the profit from Solana and trade to Ape? That's tough, man. And the reason why I say that's tough is because Solana is primed for a breakout. Okay? Solana at all-time high hit a resistance. So I'm trying to tell you guys right now, what XRP just did is probably what Solana is going to do next. Because Solana is just I think it's the best chain out there right now. So I just feel like Solana is primed to go crazy. I mean, Solana has all the memes, all the liquidity's moving there, all the users. So like for you to say, like should I trade the soul to Ape? I feel like Ape, like I said, Ape hasn't confirmed its breakout. Ape has not confirmed its breakout. So if you're trading Soul for Ape and Soul goes completely ham, you're missing out on all those gains. Whereas Ape could dump tonight 10%, 15%, 20% and stay stagnant for the next 2 months. Because Ape is still lagging behind in the market greatly. Like, yes, like, look at this chart. If you're holding Solana, I would hold Solana over this any day right now. Just because what Solana is about to do, it's a higher probability that this will moon first than Ape. Ape is going to moon too. Obviously, I don't know when either of them are going to moon, right? I don't have a crystal ball. But the reality is, this chart is way uglier than this chart, my friend. Okay? Ape's chart is way uglier than this. This is a beautiful chart right now. You got XRP battling with Solana over here for the number 3rd spot. You think this is going to last long? No, it's not going to last long. Solana will pass XRP. And when it does, the pump will be rampant. Because at the end of the day, XRP is going to dump at any moment. At any moment, there's going to be a big correction in XRP. And when it does correct, you don't want to be in it, my friend. Because it took XRP a gazillion years to do what it just did. You see what I'm saying? I think stay in Soul, man. But follow your heart, bro. And it's the same thing when people ask me about Doge, man. I would stick in Doge. I would not trade my Doge for anything else. Why? Because we already know where Doge is going. We went over this. We know Doge is going to the moon. Okay? We like it don't take it, and I've been saying that since 8 cents. Okay, I've been saying that since 8 cents. It don't take a genius to figure that out. This is not a chart you trade out of. This, you know what I'm saying? This is not a chart that you trade out of. This is a chart that you want to stay in. Because you know that next pump is going to take you to all-time high minimum. So I don't think anybody should be trading their Doge for another coin right now. You should, I think, wait till you make a substantial amount of money on Doge to then trade out of it to then make money in other coins, smaller coins. But you don't trade out of one of the best coins in the market right now for a way smaller coin. You just don't do that. Doge, nobody knows where Doge is going to go. And I think it's going to at least close to $2 minimum. Okay? FBO said, I currently have ETH, Doge, GRT, Pepe. I'm trying to move my ETH into one of these other 3. Look, it's the same thing I said, man. ETH is lagging behind. Okay? ETH chart looks phenomenal. ETH is getting ready to hit all-time highs. I don't think folks understand the potential ETH has in terms of the fibs. The fib, folks, hold on. The fib is literally saying that Ethereum could go to a 17K, a 15K, an 11K, a 7.3K. Like, we are very early in ETH, and I think that ETH is gonna rip faces when ETH moons, because it's on the verge. I would not trade out of ETH. I'm serious. I know what it is. A lot of people want me to be like, oh, trade out of this to go into this. No, you just play it smart for right now. We're so early in the bull run. Why are you gonna go and trade big bags of the second biggest coin in the market to go get into something else that's not promised? We're so early in the bull run. There's still major dumps to come for altcoins. Altcoins haven't even really wilded out yet. So it's like ETH is still top dog. I would stay in my ETH. I wouldn't sell that right now for something else. Okay. Now, yeah, like, there's a lot of good coins. I could be like GRT, Ape, this, that, and the third. There's so many good coins. Everyone trading H-bar today. H-bar is going to the moon. H-bar's chart looks exactly like XRP's chart. But yeah, I would just say, man, be patient, man. Be patient. I think everyone should be patient right now because, especially in bull runs, there's so much liquidity flowing in, so much money flowing into the market that like when a coin moons, it moons crazy. So there's gonna be a lot of opportunities, memes, this, that, NFTs. That's another thing, NFTs. So it's like there's gonna be a lot of plays, but to make those plays, you gotta be liquid. Because if you're not liquid, you're not making any of those plays. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, be patient, and things will happen. But you gotta be patient, man. You gotta be patient. But look, folks, it could be no, it's not frozen. Well, look, folks, look, we're always in the Inner Circle Discord. You know where to find me. If you like my content, you support what I do, you can subscribe to my Discord, $50 a month, or you can get the Genesis lifetime access NFT. I'm gonna discontinue those probably next 2 months at some point. I'm not gonna bring those back. So if anyone's interested in joining the Inner Circle, I'll see you in there.